This is a short road safety film focusing on advanced stop lines and speed bumps. Speed bumps are a common feature on our roads and come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Advanced stop lines or bike boxes, however, are not so commonplace. If you are not a regular visitor to Belfast, it's possible you've never seen a bike box and may be unsure what to do when you encounter them. This film is going to explore who can use bike boxes, when we should use them and how to use them. The film will also take a practical look at the function of speed bumps. Do you know what an advanced stop line is?
No. No.
I hadn't focused. I do, yes.
Will you explain it to us, please?
Behind us is an area where cyclists will go into. That's the advanced stop line for them. That stop line is for every other vehicle. Buses, cars, lorries, etc.
Speed bumps, roundabouts and chicanes are all traffic calming measures introduced to reduce speed and ensure we all have a safe and enjoyable road experience. Speed bumps are generally located in built-up areas where pedestrians and small children are more likely to come in contact with moving vehicles.
So this is your shock assembly here. It consists of your shock and your spring. When you come up the speed ramp and you're braking already, it's already compressing this, and then as soon as you hit the speed ramp, it's compressing even further, so it can get damage seals and brake springs very handy. So preferably if you're not braking at the speed ramp, it can cause less damage. So just off the brakes and roll over just nicely, and then accelerate over. And this is the end result of hitting speed bumps too hard. It just cracks.
We are joined by Jim Ross from the Jim Ross School of Motoring, who will advise on the best way to approach speed bumps, and in particular speed pillows.
Jim, first of all, could I start by asking you what is the recommended speed to approach and cross a speed bump? And are there any major differences in approaching different types of speed bumps?
Yes, well, there's different types of speed bumps. Some of them are called bumps, some of them are called humps, and some of them are called ramps. Now, the speed hump, or as what we would call them, pillows or cushions, are designed to reduce the flow of traffic to a reasonable safe speed because it's in a high pedestrianised area. The recommended speed for a speed hump is second gear between 10 and 15 miles an hour. A speed ramp is elongated, and again second gear would be sufficient for it. But you come to a speed bump in like a car park area in a hotel, which is much narrower and much severe to go over, then that recommended speed is, believe it or not, is less than 5 miles per hour and first gear.
How do you prepare your students to navigate speed bumps?
First of all, observation. Look well ahead, and providing the speed bump or hump is properly painted, then observation is much easier. When they notice it, about 50 to 60 metres out, start braking, select second gear, and just before they reach the speed hump, to gently accelerate over it. That way they can keep suspension nice and tight. There's no vibration in shock absorbers or gearbox mountings or engine mountings. It would be slightly different going down a hill where they would probably maintain their braking right over the speed hump.
While on the road teaching new drivers, have you come across any dangerous or reckless driving involving drivers trying to navigate speed bumps incorrectly? And if so, do you think this is down to people not fully understanding the benefits of speed bumps?
First of all, people understand the benefits of speed bumps and humps. The problem is that people nowadays, especially a lot of new drivers, young male drivers, want to have their car lowered, and therefore they cannot negotiate the speed bump or hump correctly, and they have to take it either at an angle or drive up the middle of it, which interferes with our side of the road, my pupil or my side of the road, and we may have to suddenly stop and wait for that person in the opposite direction, that driver in the opposite direction, to negotiate that speed hump.
What advice would you give to new road users while driving on the road that have a number of speed bumps, say every few hundred yards apart?
Well, the speed humps are usually about 100 to 120 metres apart, which allows you to go over the speed hump in about, as I say, a second gear, between 10 and 15 miles per hour. But there's enough distance to get up into third gear, but then again about 50 to 60 metres again, start your early braking, select second gear, and either let the car's momentum take you over the speed hump or gently drive over the speed hump to reduce vibration and wear and tear of shock absorbers, engine mountings and gearbox mountings. Another detrimental effect of going over the speed humps incorrectly is that a lot of drivers there may go over speed humps where, for example, they are going over and they are hitting the left hand side of their tyre over the speed hump. Therefore they're weakening the shock and they're weakening the spring on that side. If it comes to the point where they have to do an emergency stop, because the shock absorber is much stronger on the right hand side, they could be pulled into the face of oncoming traffic.